Over the past 3 years, I've made over $1 million generating leads and building B2B systems for dozens of businesses. I have helped multiple service businesses to go from low 6-figure to 7 figures in revenue. I'm currently coaching tens of lead gen agency owners to go from 0 to 10K per month in profit, and my service business is on track to actually hit 100K per month next year. But when I first started, there were no guides, no tutorials, no videos. I made so many errors and costly mistakes along the way. That's why in this video I will condense my 5 years of experience and I will show you how I would start to go from 0 to 1 million with a lead generation business if I had to start from scratch today. So the first stage is from 0 to 10K, and this is the most crucial phase since 90% of people actually do things that do not matter and do not the needle in 99% of their time, and they start crying about not having results. So first of all, if you really start from scratch, you need to create a no-brainer offer because nobody wants to work with you. You don't have a track record, you don't have case study, you probably are not that good because you are starting from zero, and you really need an offer that really works. And in this case, I suggest something like pay for performance. I will generate you 10 leads, you will only pay if I get you some leads, let's go leverage share or something like that. But what I even suggest is make them pay at least for a setup, even a small setup, but make them pay something like $1,000 plus pay for performance, because you even want the other person, the other company to be accountable because you're working together, you're sending them leads, but they have to close the leads and be really active. You really don't want a very strange dude on the internet that don't really know what to do with your leads. Second thing is actually start with LinkedIn and personal network to attract new clients, to attract new companies to actually generate leads for. LinkedIn and personal networks are the best one because you have more trust. People tend to trust you because you are maybe publishing content on LinkedIn, and you should start talking about what you are doing, your life, what you are building, the results you are getting. You start doing building public. And secondly, if you have a personal network like the previous company you work for, if you are working in a B2B business, chances are it's very likely they need new leads. Every B2B business actually needs more leads, so it's very likely they will actually say yes if you have a very good offer with no risk on their side. And this is where you should actually start. Next, create a no-brainer lead magnet. Don't start your conversation like everybody on the internet actually do, like I will send you 1,000 DMs for you, I will generate 10,000 different leads for you. Nobody trusts this, but actually be smarter and create something that really works. What I really see working right now is say something like I will bid you a lead list for free. So give something for free that actually has a value and other people would pay for, but for free. Let's say your prospect is a marketing agency. I would say something like, hey, I have a list of marketing directors from huge brands that are changing jobs and they are probably likely to hire a new agency in the next 90 days. Can I just send you the list for free and maybe let's open a call so I show you the list, how I got those leads and maybe what I can do for you. Use the lead magnet to get people on the call, and when they are on the call, actually talk about your offer. This is a very smart way to get new companies to get in touch with you and actually sell something new. If you haven't noticed, the outbound game is getting tougher in 2024. More people are getting in the game, the rules are getting harder and harder, deliverability is harder. You need to be ready and better than the competition. And the best way to be like this is actually invest in really good education and content to have better knowledge, and secondly, invest in very good tools. I really suggest starting with Smart Lead to send emails, very good APIs, and most of all, Clay. I really like Clay because you can automate many aspects of your lead generation. Clay basically is a sales operation environment where you can build lists very fast and you can create amazing lists without the help of many people. A skilled person with Clay can totally outperform a team of 5 SDRs, and especially at the beginning you have to stay as lean as possible. And I really really prefer to have automation than people. People are very expensive and hard to manage. I really prefer to actually understand better how to use automation, maybe spend some little time at the beginning, but then everything is automated and I don't have so higher fixed costs. So this is what I mean by use technology and automation to actually stay lean and scale your agency, staying way more profitable and actually deliver results way faster. This is a cold email template from a very famous person in the niche who is Alex Vernon, and he's using this template to actually book meetings for his client like a marketing agency. He says something like, hey name, I came across a company on a channel and I'm seriously impressed with what you're doing and congrats on working with portfolio items. So it basically in the email is quoting, I noticed that you are working with X and Y and congratulations, we can help you get other clients like those. And in particular, he says in this blog post to actually get all these items, this personalization manually, so it seems that you have done your own research. Well, this is kind of cool to add personalization, but the real goat of the industry right now actually use automation to scale personalization, and Clay of course is the best software to do so. For example, here I have a list of marketing agencies and I really want to scrape their case study on the website. What I can do here, instead of actually going in each website and tracking everything, I can do ad enrichment agent, which is a live version of the GPT, and actually say something like visit the company website and find some case studies, return the company name of one of the clients and nothing else. Save, run 10 rows, and as you can see I can really find at scale the case studies, the clients inside the company website, so that in my copy I can actually be really relevant and say something like, I notice you are working with X, Y, and Z, and it actually seems that I made my own research. And this is how actually you can leverage automation and technology to create better results for clients way faster and without people. The next phase is from 10 to 100K, and I can guarantee you there are very few people on the internet that have a content system set up that is generating more than 40K per month with few hours of effort per week. So the first thing is you have to get better at Clay, and you need a process to go from zero to interested reply very fast, because most people actually overcomplicate everything, and I see this over and over in like 99% of my students, but they do things that do not move the needle, even if it seems fancy like technically. And you really have to follow my process, which is basically going from mapping the TAM, and mapping the TAM is actually an art. From the TAM you get the people, and from the people you start your own AI personalization and offer. And you need to have a copy formula that generates results. I really tend to oversimplify everything for my clients and give them exactly the copy formula they need, especially a copy formula that forces you to only change what really moves the needle, which are the list and the value proposition, to actually get more interested replies. Then you have to start identifying your model and your offer. I have a lot of clients, a lot of coaching clients, so I see patterns. I tend to see two kind of agencies. The first one was like a productized low ticket lead gen service that could be something like both lead gen or even better list as a service, or the outsource sales team where they partner up not just for lead generation but even with sales coaching, CRM and other stuff. The first one is like a lot of client productized service, and the other is something like a few clients, very high ticket and with revenue share too. Then let's go to the content part. You need to invest in content because it's like sales at scale. Just think about you record one video or you just post one LinkedIn post and 500 people actually absorb your knowledge and start trusting you. It's a cheat code. And not just LinkedIn, I suggest to start on LinkedIn and then distribute your content over niche communities and activate as soon as possible what they call content client flywheel, which is I close clients, I'll talk about having great results, I attract prospects, I close new clients, and then I just produce content on what I'm doing so that I re-attract clients, and again I can create even better content. It's a flywheel of production and content results that can make you advance in your lead generation career very, very fast. And this is really important. I find out that if you rebrand as a clay agency, even very soon in the game, you would be able to attract very high-level people. Back in the days, I was able to attract huge clients, huge prospects such as ActiveCampaign, Cabify, because I was talking about those fancy things, because there's so much interest about clay and clay flows to very high-level companies. And of course, there's huge demand and very, very few people that can supply this demand because few people are actually real expert on the platform. Next, we have the 100K to 1 million stage, and this is the phase that I call the focus phase, because you really have to get rid of what is not working and double down on what's working, not to get stuck in the previous phase, but actually start ramping up your growth. So let's start with the first thing, which is disqualify clients. I know it is really tempting to say yes to new and fast money, but that new and fast money, at this stage you actually know what is going to work and is going to not work 90% of the cases, and if you say yes to everybody, you can't create structures and processes and you can't scale. And secondly, you have that feeling that you can deliver or you cannot deliver at this stage. So saying yes to everybody will put at risk your own reputation. So keep attention and really understand what are the clients you can say yes, what are the clients that you have to say no, otherwise will break your own business. Secondly, of course, you need bulletproof delivery, SOP and processes. Without those, you can't hire new people or onboard new people, because when you onboard new people, you can't expect them to figure out everything and get introduced in the company. They need assistance. They are not entrepreneurs. You have to teach them, onboard them, follow them, and make a list of the things they have to do and they have to execute on. Otherwise, you can't actually create a good delivery at scale. The more clients you get, and the more difficult will become to actually deliver good results to everybody. Third is your demand. You need to diversify your marketing efforts. You need to have in place 2 to 3 channels that are working. One is not enough anymore, and you have to put money and effort in those 3 channels, and always testing new ways to actually drive new clients if one of those channels actually gets stuck for some reasons. Some example could be LinkedIn, events, YouTube, or LinkedIn, YouTube ads. And pay attention at ads, because it's probably the most scalable channel and really can generate crazy results, but the likelihood of losing your money running ads is very high, especially if you haven't never actually ran ads. So pay attention and be prepared to actually lose at least $10K at the really beginning. And this is how I would scale my own lead generation business from 0 to 1 million in 2024. Leveraging clay is the single biggest hack to actually deliver better results and attract higher level clients. To become a clay expert 5x faster and launch your own clay agency, check my one-to-one program in the description. Starting clay agency, of course, requires you to master clay and understand the tips and tricks to make it efficient. Luckily, I recorded a video with my clay process to learn it fast and without using any credits. Click here to learn how to do it, and I'll see you in the next one.